Good morning, everyone. So today is Wednesday, February 19th. It's currently 9 a.m. here, and we're going to be analyzing the charts. We're going to be going through my charts here, kind of just marking up the what I see today on the charts, and we'll see if we can maybe get a trade. I'm not sure how involved I'm going to be today because it's FOMC today later at 2 o'clock, so we might even see some jagged price action today. Um, So I don't expect price to be moving as much, maybe be consolidating for today until we figure out what's going to be the real move later this afternoon. But for right now, I'm just going to be marking up, showing you how I process things, maybe discuss about how I go about analyzing the markets and coming up with a bias, probably even show you how I will take a hypothetical trade. You'll see on the bottom right corner there is a real life price chart of the US 100 cash contract. That's just for reference. I'm using that as like my real-time data, whereas the charts that I have here, which are my main charts for marking, it's from TradingView. This represents the Nasdaq E-mini futures. I'm sorry, the micro E-mini futures. So it's going to be 10 minutes delayed. So I'll be using the 100 cash as reference for my real life market data. Alright, so we're gonna be catching up here. What's interesting about this is that I've been looking at this last night over the weekly perspective, and I noticed we're in this big, humongous dealing range, right? So the way I define that is that a dealing range is a market that takes out a low and a high both together. So we have a shift, but in this case, it is a special kind of dealing range where we take out a high after taking a partial low here. So it's kind of like a mitigation block if you think about it, but um, it's actually a dealing range based on my studies. I don't want to get into that right now. Then we have this mini dealing range here where we took out the highs and the lows on the daily. So what I was thinking about is if I was trading this on a long term, or I'm sorry, in a uh, higher time frame perspective, is that if price were to go back up to this premium range, probably see like a fair value gap or a SIBI, then we can take a trade from, and then possibly aim down lower. How low? Up to down this top high about this level. And I was looking to see. I was going to sleep last night like around 10:30, and I saw this developing. I was like, what if this is a possible trade idea, right? So we can have like a dealing range here, not this one. We can have like an OTE kind of entry, kind of get into that sweet spot to that 7.75 level. What is it again? Oh, 0.705 level. Get into that sweet spot, and then set our stop loss up to this high, and then watch it rip a lower. I will be given a time though, maybe up till 4 a.m. for it to be validated as a good trade. If not, I would have broken into break even. So this all in all would be netting you a 3RR trade down to this level right here, which is a really good trade. If we just focus on 3RRs, you'll notice that you'll actually be trading less and making more, which is something that I currently have to convince myself of pursuing because I constantly want to get into every single fluctuation price. But that only just makes you more exposed into the markets. You're more exposed to risk, and you're actually putting yourself more in danger mentally because you can burn out easily. You're just going to want to go in there again to fix your problems, and then before you know it, you have a blown account. Whereas if you just focus on lower resistance liquidity runs, you focus on 3RR trades, profit objectives, you're going to be making so much more, right? You're not stressing as much because you're not trading as often, and you're just not saying you're living a stress-free life, but it's definitely a lot more chill than to hoping to get into the next fluctuation in price to make it big again. I do believe there is a way that you can get into ultra scalps where you're entering possibly like maybe like every single hour you're getting into a trade, but that's only if there's enough space in between to help you make that 3RR trade. So I believe there's a way that you can make, yeah, those kinds of scalps where you can add on to your position and make the same amount of trade um, every session, every hour. I'm not sure about every minute because that's crazy. I don't think there's enough space in the seconds chart to help you net 3RRs. But you get my point. Point is to try not to stress a lot. I've faced burnout in the past. Um, it's not healthy. It's not a good feeling. I'm like a recovering alcoholic, if you will. So just trying to focus on larger profit objectives. So because those don't occur often, you'll see that you're not really trading as often, meaning you're not exposed to risk, meaning you're not exposed to the market's volatility, meaning that you're not exposed to a black swan event. So yeah, there was one more thing I wanted to add, but I forgot. Okay, so I was looking at this dealing range here on the daily chart, on the daily perspective. And what do I mean by daily perspective? I'm looking at, I'm comparing between the previous days, high and low, so that's Mondays, versus yesterday's high and low, which is Tuesday. Today's Wednesday, so we're going to be looking at how the last 2 days affect today's date price price objectives. So we have a high, a strong high, and a strong low. I was telling you earlier that I was convinced that we could probably see up a retracement up to this level, up to an OTE sweet spot, and make sure have with this high protected, possibly even see price go down lower. That's just me showing up to the charts today. That's just kind of like what I see today. So maybe we'll be seeing this maybe till like the 940, 950. So, if you're just hopping in right now, we're just looking at the charts, looking to see how today's price action will be affected based on the last 2 days. So we have Monday and Tuesday. There's already a higher time frame hypothetical entry that would be taking place right now, based on my logic. Since we had crossed the 4 a.m. mark, this trade that you see here on my chart would have been made a break-even trade. Yeah, and I don't really want to go into depth into like why I think that. It's just like kind of like the logic that I've been developing over time based on what I've been studying in these markets. So I was actually given a time based limit, if you will, like an expiration date, where if it crosses this time, then this trade idea has to be break even now. If not, then I don't want to be involved in it. So in this case, because we have reached this time frame, we would have been breaking even. Price would have been going into our favor before you know it. But just hang on. This is a weekly perspective. Let me see if I'll be in break even right now. Take a quick peek. There you go. So I actually wouldn't be. taking this into a break even just yet. I'll still be probably holding, hope in the hopes of making this price go down lower down here. Okay. Um, and again, just based off my experience, based on just how I've been looking at these charts over time, possibly seeing price go down lower. So since we've seen that kind of price action before, um, what was I getting at? We could see price head down lower, down to this level. Alright, so, and mind you, this is my second time doing this. I'm not really someone that wants to live stream all the time. I like to just be on my own personal time looking at these charts, trying to see how I can get involved by myself on my own. But uh, well, I've been feeling encouraged lately by the, that guy that you see on the internet. Has like 1 million subscribers now, and always posting these charts about NQ. Has a lot of mentorships from 2016. You guys know who I'm talking about. If you do, drop a like. I'm kidding. Drop a like if you like the stream. If not, it's fine. Alright, so that's kind of like the weekly perspective, daily perspective. I want to get rid of this because this is a distraction. Okay, so now I want to look at my ORs, my opening ranges for Wednesday. And I think I'm going to use this one because this OR is actually just Sunday to Monday, which could be um, involved with the new week opening gap. So what we know about opening ranges is that in the case of the 12 a.m. opening range, we're looking at price to go into from midnight to 12:30. So from 12:30 onward is the range that we should be focusing. So this technically, this low shouldn't be marked. It should actually be this low. That's the opening range, because this candle, when it opened, it was 12:30. As soon as it progressed its development on the wick, on the candle development, it was 12:30 and 1 second. We don't count that. I count that as 12:30 flat, no seconds beyond that. So I only care about the opening of this candle. So that's why, because the opening of this candle is in between this range between 12 to 12:30, I'll just count the low, and that'll be my opening range for the midnight. Now, if we take a look at the context of this is how I've been seeing the markets lately, right? As the context of a power 3. So we have the accumulation, manipulation, and distribution of a candle. From the 12 a.m. perspective, we have the opening of the candle, of the daily candle, high. This could be the distribution phase of the candle. I'm not saying that we made the high of the day, because we did see a delayed market protraction after 2 a.m. Went up here, tapped, we didn't even make it to Asia's high, just went down lower. So it's kind of interesting. We're kind of working on this busy as well. We're kind of digging deep into this busy, so it's sell side efficient, more sell side efficient, so it's kind of covering that gap. Could we see a reversal go up? Maybe, but we're still in that higher time frame perspective of not seeing it want it to go up. Let me cover that. Okay, in terms of new week opening gaps, the current one is based off here. And again, new week opening gaps are the distinction for the weekly candle. So imagine that we have the opening. This could be the low of the week. Maybe we can see more um, distribution of the candle. See higher time frame expansion higher for the weekly candle, and then have a retracement to make the high day, and then finish off consolidating. Or this could be something crazy where we open high and then lower. So we kind of, right now we're on that bias that we want to see things go down lower. So we have again that 2 p.m. deadline, which again just so happens to be that 2 p.m. FOMC news. So, so again, we don't even really know where they're gonna be wanting to take price. Either higher to make up for that buy side liquidity here on the higher time frame, right there, or we want to go lower, kind of meet that high of that green square that I showed you earlier today. Now, because I see trades on both sides, today could be a low probability day. So I don't even know if I want to be involved today, except for that higher time frame. Except for that higher time frame. Um, what else do I want to show you? Seasonal tendencies. To this February, there seems to be a lot of expansion going upwards on the dollar. So when the dollar goes up, that means it's risk off. So all the other markets like stocks, they will tend to go lower. And because the NQ represents that sector of the market, the stock market, we could see price head down lower. And right now, I don't know if I can show you. Oh, I can. Cool. So this is my analysis on the dollar. We'll see that it's actually going, reacting off this liquidity pool. So it's could either be accumulating more buy stops for it to go up higher. Um, yeah. So that's just my little prediction. And if it does go higher, again, that could be risk off conditions. So you want to oh, what's this? You want to keep, what's this, man? Hang on. Stream issues. Isn't that great when you have stream issues? Stream. Stream issues, man. It's so bad. So where was I? Oh yeah, you're protecting capital if you are not being exposed to the market as often. And what's the number one rule with trading? Is that you speculation? I'm sorry, is that you want to protect your capital as much as possible. Okay, so it's just a matter of fixing yourself up personally, and you'll start seeing changes in your results. But what do I know, right? I'm still learning. I'm still here trying to develop. I have some models, but it's always just me trying to tweak something. And then, yeah, you have to be principle oriented, but and rule based. And right now, my only rules are dictating was to take that short. So we'll see if there's any other uh, opportunities that we can seek and find as we develop closer. So we have the 12 a.m. opening range. So the new week opening gaps. We're reacting off this. The live charts are saying that we actually are hitting. No, we're still consolidating in that little area. So hey, look at that. Maybe it is on important level. So I'll keep that on just in case. 4 hours. Okay. So now we're gonna be looking at the 4 hour charts here. Okay. What do I see? What do I see? So we have a higher low, lower high, lower low perspective. That's kind of like a symptom of a this. Look at that, we reacted off this area nicely. Heading down lower. Open float. Down here. So we definitely hit that sell side liquidity based on this. Okay. I believe FOMC is like the 2-time move where it takes a side of liquidity first before it actually shows you its real intention when the news comes out. So to be very careful with that. You can get like a fake Judas, fake swing, and then the actual move happens. OMG. There we go. Alright, so we have this developing for us. We are reacting off higher time frame levels. Okay, and then that's that. Yeah, in terms of we have a low. Interesting. So we doesn't really matter here, but I want to mark it down anyways, because this could be reacting as like a inverse breaker, right? An inverse bullish breaker, and did it? And to some extent, it kind of did. That black candle there. Let me look at my SMT here. This puppy could head down lower. Okay, let's see here on the, what chart is this? 15 minutes? Let's take a look at the 5 minutes here. Do I see anything good? Don't. Okay, no problem. Let's make this 7. We have a low high. We kind of have notification going on here. Hang on. Say high low. No, I'm not bugging. Okay, so this is very interesting. Reacting off this like that in the way it did. We're kind of creating a liquidity right now for buy stops, so we could even see like an entry where, boop, heads up to this, Sibi, maybe head down low. Sorry, I'm just talking to myself, just trying to pre-plan here, just trying to give myself ideas, and I don't mean to whisper. What time is it? 9:20. Oh snap! What time is it? Oh, would you look at that? It's 9:31. All right, so I'll do like a couple more minutes on this. I said I was going to stream till like maybe 9:40, but if we look at the bottom right chart, you'll see that New York Open here on the US 100 cash. We're still kind of consolidating in that new week opening gap level. So yeah, again, just be careful. Today's FOMC meeting minutes, so definitely could see a lot of consolidation today. A lot of high resistance liquidity run today. So price will just be having a difficult time trying to get into a pool of liquidity. And you could trade this, but is it really worth your mental health? I still gotta work later, so definitely don't want to be tired for my next shift. But right now, my bias is we're gonna head down lower to where this red line is. That's my objective right there. Yep, to where this sell side liquidity pool is. Right there, that's my objective. So if you're watching the stream, it'll be 22,100 level. If you are in the US contract, that would be the yeah, that'll be this level, 22,022. Yeah, that's where I'll be aiming. So, and again, I do expect high resistance liquidity, so it's gonna be taking a while for it to get down there. It could like tease you, go down, and then whoop, nope, not today, and then whoop, not today. But in order to confirm that for you, let's see here. Let's look out into the. Let's look out into the unknown. Kidding, kidding, kidding. Um, there you go. New day opening gaps. This is gonna be a daily level. All right. Says here I have 3, but I only have 2. Funny. Let me fix that up for you. So again, we have 2. Let's see, get that 6 o'clock one. Get that close. Open. Let's see here, then the close was like 4:15. Close and open, or we can do like a close on the 5 o'clock. Not that much today. Let me see. Close and open. Alright, so that's our new day opening gap for today. Then we still have the Sunday new week opening gap, which also just really is the new day opening gap together right here. This could be a mislabeling, but yeah. Then we have our ORGs. That's the opening range gap. So that we have to look into our. We have to look at the yesterday's close versus today's high. And I have 2 here because I was trying to do one for Monday, but let's see. No, so then this is Tuesday. Alright, so then it should be here. And then where do we open? We opened at. Oh, we're opening 5 minutes here. So, yeah, that sell side liquidity is looking really good. Well, one moment, please. I gotta step out real quick. Alright, yo, welcome back. Have my mic back on. So let's see here. Did we open yet? Not yet for the delayed data. That'll show up in 2 minutes. So I want to get this drawing accurate, So I'll be right back with it. So let's go back into our ETH. And then let's see here. If we look at this live feed, where is our first fair value gap? 931. From here onward, right there. Okay, kind of got up there. Oops. That's kind of like where I would like for price to have gone into. Sell down lower. This is good. This is really good, guys. What time is it now? 9:39. So in 1 minute we'll get our 3 seconds. There it is. All right, so let's go. Go into our OTH. There it is, and we opened up lower. That close open. Okay. Now we're gonna measure that gap. Take a brief measuring, so it's gonna be 17 handles from its previous close to today's open. That's a symptom of high resistance liquidity. So again, price is gonna be very difficult to reach into pools of liquidity. It's gonna be very just jagged today. For here, pools of liquidity, I'm still thinking I'm gonna be reaching yesterday's PM sessions lows. That's just my bias right now until 2 p.m. That's where you see my market. Okay, let me pull up this. $930 opening range plus the so again, I think I've mentioned earlier that we're going to take this buy side liquidity, sell lower. Notice this here, right there. I'm like really tempted, guys, to just do it. I'm like really want to take this trade down lower here, but I'm looking at my experience, looking at my potential stop loss. Stop loss would have been up here, which is about a 40. Sorry, is it like from 22 10? Just take 22 100 all the way up to 22 143. That's about a 40 handle stop loss to make what 80. That's good to our trade, but I'm really looking for that 3RR category. Looking for that 3RR range, high to low. So this is good. I just can't. I have to withhold myself. I have to control myself. You saw me. I went quiet for a bit. That's because I really it was just like about to push the button. But then I started. I started measuring things out. I was like, wait, hold up. Let's measure this. Is this really worth the risk? And seeing that it's a 2-hour trade, I think I'm gonna step out of this one, boss. But let's take a look at in futures. In futures market, you would have been able to gone this, something like this. Let's see here. Oh yeah, look at that 16 handle. Let's aim for this. Oh yeah, this would have been cute. Boom. Maybe a little bit beyond that. We'll see. We'll see. Is this the same high that I'm looking at? 910. No, 936. So we're looking at that 936. So whatever this high makes up here will be our defended high. Oh, and was it a discount? I believe it was a discount opening today. Yeah, discount opening. So that has to get renamed. Alright, so I've given you my bias, if you will, for the day. I'm going to be aiming down for this sell side liquidity until 2 p.m. where things can change. So just enjoy the fireworks. Good luck trading today. And I'll send you a link on the description of this video, seeing if we hit that liquidity. But other than that, I wish you a good one. Take care.